Good afternoon and welcome to Pelham, Ontario. Welcome to the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. We are live from the Meridian Community Center in Pelham as the St. Thomas Stars are going to be taking on the Pelham Panthers for a cross-conference matchup here on some GOHL action as the St. Thomas Stars holding a record of 12-6-0-1 coming into tonight, and Pelham 11-9-0-0 as Pelham sits fourth in the Eastern Conference with 22 points. St. Thomas sixth in the West with 25 points. As it looks like the Western Conference is shaping up to be a little tougher this year. Overall, league-wise, St. Thomas 8th. The Pelham Panthers are 11th. As the St. Thomas Stars, a brand new signing, William Camputaro, is getting the start tonight, a former Sault Ste. Marie Greyhound in the OHL, as he was just picked up, and he'll be playing his first game for the St. Thomas Stars. And playing in net for the Pelham Panthers, Logan Snyder holds a record of 7-5 right now in the GOHL. His goals against average 2.26, and a save percentage of .929 with 2 shutouts. And then William Camputaro, last season, he doesn't have anything posted this season stats-wise, but last season, 7-6-2 with a goals against average of 2.76 and a save percentage of .903 as the Pelham Panthers have it deep into the St. Thomas zone. St. Thomas guarding the net to our left, and the Pelham Panthers guarding the net to our right. As the St. Thomas Stars are going to pick it up in their own zone, playing it around the perimeter. The Pelham Panthers looking for a forecheck here, trying to jam that puck loose in the zone. They do manage to grab it as Owen Gray is trying to press his man up against the boards. It's Jack Havers who gets it back to the blue line. Santo Stefano to the far side, and a shot in front and a pad save by Camputaro. His first save in the Stars uniform. As the Pelham Panthers keep it going here. Lee, pass out in front, right in front of the crease. A couple Stars there to break it up. Trying to get it out up the far side. It's kept into the blue line and dumped in towards the goaltender as Camputaro is going to slap his mitt down and get a stoppage in play. Loud. So I'll have to try and adjust that. Hopefully not too bad, though, as we have an offensive zone draw for the Panthers. They'll win it over to Marconi on the near side. His shot pass on the near side misses the net. Into the far corner it goes. Battled for it as the Panthers keep a good forecheck going here again, and they're in the offensive zone. Bazzetta's going to clear it to the far side. Picked back up by the Panthers as they try and keep this thing going in the attacking end. Owen Hunks sends it around the boards to the near side. Deep in the near corner, the Panthers are with the numbers as they're cycling it around. Now they'll throw it out in front off of Legalic's skate and bounced right into the path of Will Camputaro, who covers up again for an offensive zone or defensive zone draw for the Stars. As the Stars dropping the game on Friday night against the defending Sutherland Cup champions, the Chatham Maroons, who ended up taking a 6-2 victory. As on the far side, the Pelham Panthers are going to win the draw. On the near corner, wall battle ensues for it. 2 Panthers in there, win it against George Matsos up against the boards. Send it behind the net, pass out in front, and a big save made by Camputaro. The Panthers shooting right from between the hash marks in front of the goal. Camputaro gets the glove right in front. Nice centering cut off by him, cutting off the angles. As Camputaro from North York, Ontario, standing at 6'5", 212 pounds, a big goaltender. Again, he was most recently with the Sault Greyhounds in the OHL. Last year played with the St. Michael's Buzzers in the OJHL. He was a 4th-round draft pick in 2024 in the OHL priority draft. As the St. Thomas Stars trying to get it deep in the Panthers zone, they get stopped at the blue line, and the Panthers trying to get it up the far wall. Benches are on the far side of us, so that's where the line changes will take place. On the near side, Lipinski trying to grab it in his own zone up against the wall. He'll send it into the near corner, deeper in the Panthers zone. Trying to get some teammates to pick it up and help out. Jacob sends it back to the far side. If you hear me say tonight, it's most likely his name. Try not to say otherwise. On the far side, Michael Alford is going to dump it in as the Panthers go for a change. Deep in behind the net of the Stars, picked up by Victor Moody. Outlet pass stripped at the St. Thomas blue line. And St. Thomas going to send it backwards to try and regroup. Edmondson pass back for Moody. Moody tries a long stretch pass up the middle to find Wyatt Cameron. Goes through his stick. Into the Panthers zone deep, though. As the Panthers now flip it off the glass. Owen Gray's going to try and send it back in. Stopped at the center ice line by Edmondson. Now picked up by Santos Stefano for the Panthers. He'll get it in deep behind the line. Cycled back to the near side along the back wall. And now cycled right back to the far side. It's Norris looking for it along the wall. Hit thrown along the Stars bench and now picked up by Wyatt Cameron. Again in the offensive zone. Shot by Pettipice. And a nice glove save made by Logan Schneider on the near post. Pettipice got a good grip on that shot before letting it go. Right on the near face-off dot. Chase Pettipice picking it up lately. He's got 8 points in his last 7 games played. 5 goals and 3 assists in that stretch. Did go scoreless against the Chatham Maroons in the Stars' most recent game. As the Stars win the offensive zone draw, sent to the far side to Owen Gray. He'll dump it in deep. Now picked up by Dragusica on the near side. Outlet pass up the center by the Panthers, picked off by Owen Gray. Sends it up the far wall. Nobody there to receive it for the Stars. Legalic trying to stick lift, briefly disturbed the Panthers defenseman, but he recovered nicely. Now Dragusica is going to backhand it in deep to the St. Thomas Stars zone. Picked up in the far corner. Rowan Reed's going to send the Jets flying. Finds Miles Dunn in the center. And an offside as Reed Crossman received a pass along the near wall. And that'll halt the entry of the St. Thomas Stars. The Stars were hot lately, but a tough matchup against those defending Sutherland Cup champs. It's always going to be a tough game. On the near side, Hunks picks it up at the Pelham blue line, and he'll head ahead. Crosswell dumping it in behind the net. Hunks picks it back up. Hunks takes it along the far wall, back to the blue line, pass across to the near side, picked off by Lawson. Long stretch pass for a breakaway here. Bohoviak, a shot and a save by the goaltender for the Panthers, Snyder. Good look for Bohoviak. The defenseman was pushing up. Bezzetta throws one towards the goal from the blue line. That'll miss wide off the backboard. And Bohoviak tries his luck. That's off a body and wide. Now in behind the goal line, Nathan Slatt hunting for it. Slatt has goals in his back-to-back games recently. His first 2 goals of the GOHL season, both coming in the most recent games. As the Panthers grab it, Hunk on the near side gets muscled and turns it over. Bezzetta zooming up the right side, takes a shot. And Hill gets his stick in the way. That'll deflect it up and out of play. Luke Hill, solid defenseman for the Panthers. 10 games played in Pelham so far. Face-off on the near side. Cooper Olchishin will step in to take it for St. Thomas. Stepping up against Evan Gaudry on the near circle. Olchishin gets it to the left wing. Now sent to the corner by Jackson. Flipped up and out by the Panthers. That's going to be an icing call, though, as it goes all the way down the ice. So we'll have to send it back to the right end where the Pelham Panthers are defending the net. So there's going to be a face-off again on the near side in the Panthers zone to the left of Schneider. Face-off won by the Panthers back in behind the net. Cooper Olchishin trying to forecheck for it. Does to create enough pressure to force an error. And now on the near side, Stars trying to keep it in. They flip it past Victor Moody and out to the neutral zone. As the Panthers now grab it at their own blue line, stripped off the defenseman by Olchishin. Pass back for Rory Savage on the back end. He'll step up ahead. Drop pass for Monick. Monick stick handling to a backhand, misses the net wide on the far corner. Victor Moody stops it at the blue line. He'll send it around the perimeter to the far boards. Back of the blue line for Savage now. His shot attempt off a teammate, Jackson, into the far boards. Monick grabs the loose puck, sends it into the corner for Olchishin. Olchishin receives a big hit, and that'll loosen up the puck for the Panthers to go the other way, but the outlet pass doesn't connect off a ricochet. They do grab it as Hill with the puck will skate into the near corner. He's muscled into the boards by Moody, who throws a nice hit on the far side. Cameron trying to flip backhand pass to the near boards. That was disturbed. And the Stars will have to go back in their own zone, and try and get it up the near boards now. Rowan Reed back from Moody. Moody up the far side. Try to stretch pass for Edmondson right at the red line. That got past him. Into the Pelham zone it goes, though, and the Stars keep trying for it. Hit thrown on Cameron as he was battling for the puck. Pelham comes the other way. Alford along the far boards. Try to get an entry on the jump, but just offside are the Pelham Panthers, so they get to take a face-off in the neutral zone. So the Pelham Panthers, fourth in the East, as stated. 22 points as they try and grab a playoff spot this year. Last year they missed the playoffs by just 1 point as the Hamilton Kilty Bees took that 8th spot in the Eastern Conference, leaving Pelham out of luck in the final stretch. As Reed Crossman enters the Pelham zone on the near side, shot by Miles Dunn. He's going to miss on the far corner. Shot attempt again by the blue line. That'll go through everybody and into the near corner. As in the far side, Pelham will get it in the attacking zone only briefly as Miles Dunn takes it away. Far side, Legalic shot towards goal, off the backboards, rebounds in front, saved by Snyder, and he manages to find the loose puck and cover it up for a whistle. Funny bounce off the backboards. It almost caught the Panthers with their pants down in their own zone. Goaltender gets in the way, though, as Logan Snyder will stop that up. Face off on the far dot. It'll be Wyatt Cameron stepping in to take it. And he's going to be up against Tyler Lee for the Panthers. Lee wins the draw. Back for Crosswell. He gets bumped into, loses the puck. Chance in front, and a pass ricocheted onto the Pelham sticks. As a stretch pass through the middle. Crosswell in front all alone. Shot saved by Camputaro. Oh, doing the splits there and stopping it on the far post. Panthers with it in the neutral zone. Pass up the near side. Heavy hit thrown by Cole Edmondson. And a battle along the near glass for the puck. Lee picks it up after that scrum. He enters through the middle of the blue line in the offensive zone, and a shot and a save from the far dot. Making a right pad save was Camputaro. He's looked good in his first few minutes as a Star. The former Sioux Greyhound. I'm sure he'll be back up there at some point. Going to get some more ice time here in St. Thomas. Helps him develop. Born in 2008, so he's still a young lad. Pass on the near side in the neutral zone for the Panthers. They're struggling to get it into the Stars' end. They do now. Up the far side, a 3-on-2 here. Pass to the middle. Bouncing puck goes past Santos Stefano. Up the far side, the Stars trying to counterattack. George Matzo squeaks by a hit on the far boards. Pass in front, shot by Lawson, and a save. And the net's off as Snyder came across to the near side. Crashed into the post with his skate, and that'll pop the net loose. As the face-off will be coming on the near side now. St. Thomas Stars having a couple secondary scorers showing up lately. As stated, Nathan Slatt, back-to-back games with a goal, and George Matzos as well. Back-to-back games with a goal, as they both have scored their first two this season. Had a great night on Friday night. Victor Moody just took a huge hit by Gaudry at his own blue line as he gets an outlet pass up. But a chance in front now for the Stars. Nathan Slatt chasing the puck behind the net. Ty Lawson helps him out after Slatt gets tangled up with one of the defenders, and a shot deflected up and into the ceiling. They're at the Meridian Community Center. As they'll have to take another draw. There's going to be full line changes for both teams as the teams freshen up here. So a face-off on the far side. Cooper Ilchishin will step in for the Stars. He'll be up against Francesco Sanita. Sanita, one of the top scorers for this team. 17 points in 20 games this season. As the Panthers have a decent spread out for their points scored. Has a chance in front off the side of the net by the St. Thomas Stars. They're deep in the Pelham zone. Still nothing here in Pelham, Ontario. Shots 4-3 for the Panthers. Up the far side, Owen Gray is going to steal it. Tries a pass up the far boards. Pelham the only ones there. Now they have it through the neutral zone. Sanita in the offensive zone looking for a man in front. Jack Havers can't settle that down. Will chase it into the far corner. Logan Jackson up along the far boards in his own zone, getting pressed up against the wall. Pelham keeps it in at the blue line on the clear attempt. Now Zimmerman on the near side. Zimmerman gets denied by Camputaro. He makes another save here, his 5th of the game unofficially. Tyson Zimmerman, a former Fort Erie Meteor, as he was picked up in October by the Pelham Panthers in a transaction. Zimmerman playing 12 games this season, only 2 assists to show for it. He's a defenseman on the back end, mostly responsible for stopping goals rather than scoring them. Flipped through the neutral zone by the Stars. Now they'll carry it in the offensive side as Crossman had to settle down an airborne puck and ended up offside with Miles Dunn flying in. So it'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. Long road trip for the Stars to get here, about a 2-hour trip. As they got to relax on the bus before the game. Eloan Legalic on the far side, pass across to the near side. Joey Bezzetta in for Crossman, who rings it hard around the boards to the far corner. Pelham trying to get it out of their own zone now. Hunks on the near side takes a hit from Bezzetta. That'll allow the Stars to get it back in behind the net. Pelham tries again to get it out. Legalic sends it right back in behind the goal line. Miles Dunn trying to step into forecheck now, along with Reed Crossman. Pelham will get it out now. Up the near side, Hunks trying the centering pass as he entered the zone to Lee, but that's broken up. Pelham trying to keep that forecheck going again. They'll win it back in the neutral zone. Just have to try and get in the attacking end again. They'll ring it hard into the near corner. Joey Bezzetta up the near boards, finds Crossman. Crossman trying to flip pass to Miles Dunn. That's given away in the neutral zone as Alford will get it back in. Joey Bezzetta for the Stars is going to pick it up. Long stretch pass finds Edmondson in the offensive zone, trying to dangle around the last defender, and the numbers got back in time. Edmondson did get a shot off. Didn't get all of it, but from the top of the near circle, managed to get it towards the goal and force a save from Logan Snyder. He stopped that with the pads. So the face-off on the far circle, it looks like. 8:28 left in the first period. Nobody's found the scoreboard yet. Panthers are out shooting the Stars 5-4 here at home. Should state the Stars are wearing their away black jerseys, and the Pelham Panthers in white. Not sure if I said that or not. But the Panthers coming in the offensive zone. Centering pass and shot, and a bit of a floater ends up going over the goal in behind the net. The Panthers still fighting for it. Up against the backboards, Victor Moody's going to send it around the near wall. Pettipiece can't get there before Marconi, as Marconi gets it back in behind the net. Now picked up by Savage for the Stars. Rush coming up the center ice is broken up by the Pelham defense. Now a pass in front. Havers a shot attempt. Victor Moody getting his stick in the way very nicely, as now the Stars trying to get out again. Edmondson has got Wyatt Cameron with him, trying to pass to him in the center of the ice, but that's given away, and now a bad hit on the near boards thrown by Cameron, and a scrum along the glass. Wyatt Cameron's getting swung on as he committed a bad hit up along the boards, hitting a player from behind. It looked like Draguska didn't like it and started swinging away at Cameron. And didn't really have much of a chance to fight back. He was all tied up with the linesman. But that's going to be the first penalty of this game. Looks like a boarding call, so check from behind against Wyatt Cameron. Fans didn't like it. The Panthers didn't like it. And now the Panthers will head to the power play as a result. Draguska certainly didn't like it, as he dropped his mitts real fast. Started swinging away on Wyatt Cameron. So far, 26 points in 19 games played, 10 goals, 16 face-off in the St. Thomas zone. Right now, there's 2 minutes apiece on the board. Wyatt Cameron, and for the Panthers, Draguska, looks like he might have gotten a retaliation call, and that is the result. We'll have a 4-on-4 shift here. So Cameron commits a boarding call, and then Draguska picks up a roughing call, I'm guessing, after, yes, it is roughing, as he took some swings at Cameron to try and answer for his teammate. That ends up making the team pay, as they would have been on a power play. So on the far side, Hill in the St. Thomas zone, working out of the corner, gets it to Lee. Lee kicks it to himself, shot saved by Computaro. Pops up off his pad, and he snags it out of the air right in front of him. As he'll make another save. His 4-on-4 shift is going to be for 1 minute and 33 seconds more. The penalties handed out after that altercation along the near glass. So face-off in the St. Thomas zone. To our left, won by the Panthers, who now have offensive zone possession. Shot attempt from the blue line is off of Cole Edmondson's shin pads and pops out of play. As the Panthers have it in their own zone. Stretch pass finds Gaudry on the near side. He'll walk towards the net, and shot saved by Caputaro with the blocker. Great chance for Gaudry on a great pass from his own zone. Received it cleanly. Now on the far side, Santos Stefano is going to ring it around the boards to the near side. Norris steps in to pick it up. Norris takes a lap behind the net, tries a wraparound pass. That's off a stick and pops out to the blue line, kept in by Pelham. They'll backhand it back in behind the net. Rowan Reed and Gaudry fighting for it. It'll be Norris who pokes it loose, but onto a Stars stick as they pick it up. 45 seconds left on the 4-on-4 chance here. So Bezzetta, drop pass, finds Vahoviak. He'll walk through the center. Into the offensive zone comes St. Thomas. Pass across, back for Bezzetta. Is broken up nicely by Hunks. Into the neutral zone. Now dumped back in. That'll give the Pelham Panthers a chance to grab it. As goaltender Snyder stops it up behind his net. And away come the Panthers. Up the right side. Walking in the zone is Sanita. Trying to get it towards goal. That's off of Vahoviak's skate in behind the net. Picked up by Crossman. He'll pass it back for Vahoviak. Vahoviak steps out in front of his goaltender. Up the near side finds Bezzetta. Bezzetta dumps it in. Behind the goal line it goes. And a battle for it between Reed Crossman and Jacob And behind the net, Reed Crossman finds himself loose with the puck. A nice flip pass in front, but nobody there to find it. In across the blue line. That'll be offside on the entry, as his teammate was a little bit ahead of him, Alford, on the near side. So the face-off in the neutral zone. Still no score here from Pelham, Ontario. 0-0. 5:26 left in this first period. The Panthers are out shooting the Stars 8-4. As they've had the better chances so far. Computaro has been the difference as of now. As Monick sends it into the far corner of the Pelham zone. They get it out just past Savage on the far boards. Sent back in, but a delayed offside will give the Panthers a chance to exit their zone. Up the near side, Hill gives it away to Savage, who now has it in his own zone. He'll pass it up the right wing. Not connecting, though, as Santos Stefano picks it up for the Panthers. Now they'll try to get up the ice. A deflected pass and a tip in ends up right in the path of Computaro, who covers up. And he'll win a defensive zone draw for the St. Thomas Stars. A great pickup for Computaro. It looks like on paper, definitely, and here in person he's looking great. Great job by management. Of course, they needed to fill a hole with Durno still out. Eric McDonald's been starting for 6 games straight and has no doubt felt it of late with a busy schedule. So they've decided to pick up a third goaltender to add it to the mix, and a good one. As I'll have to stretch it out. We're still waiting on an update for Dylan Durno. He is traveling with the team and looking somewhat healthy, but definitely not healthy enough to be playing, of course. As in the neutral zone, the St. Thomas Stars are going to be getting it into the Pelham zone. 4:15 left in this first. Pelham steals it in their own end. Pass up the near side. Looking for Hunks, will be out of his reach. St. Thomas gives it away in their own zone. Lee walks in the middle of the zone and a shot right into the Stars' crest of Computaro. He'll control the rebound nicely. Give up no garbage. And cover up for another draw. Both teams going for a full line change. St. Thomas Stars send out that Matzos, Slat, and Lawson line, which the coaches have been rewarding them with some more ice time. They've had a couple of great games in a row. Slat getting a goal and assist on Friday against the Chatham Maroons in the loss, and Matzos getting the goal. Both of them on a 2-game goal streak as well. An entry on the Pelham blue line goes offside, so we'll have to drop the puck again on the far side. As we'll be in the neutral zone, George Matzos steps in against Sanita. Sanita wins that time, the assistant captain, one of the assistant captains for the Panthers. Nice tip pass in front on the far side, finding Sarabando. Got a few doozies here on the Panthers lineup, as they'll dump it in on the entry attempt, but that's going to be an offside. They were behind the red line. Puck bounced back off of a Stars defender. He had to send it back in. But a little too far behind, so we'll head back into the Pelham Panthers zone for a face-off on the near dot. Still 0-0 here from the Meridian Community Center in Pelham. Pelham has gotten the better chances, though, shooting the Stars 10-4 now. 3:30 left in the first frame as the Stars gather control in the offensive zone. Cycle along the far side is given away. Now fired up the far boards by Watt. Doesn't find his target. Joey Bezzetta with it again for the Stars. Dumps it in, tipped on the way by Reed Crossman. Now on the near side, Pelham steals it along the wall. They've got numbers going forward. Havers receives it on the near side. He winds up, fires it right into the pads of Bezzetta, the shin pads. He's standing right in front. Puck sent to the far side. One back by Norris in the offensive zone. Pass in front, scores! A beautiful forechecking play by the Panthers. And on the far side, all alone on the doorstep was Havers, who just had to hit the open net. And that he did. 1-0 for the Pelham Panthers. Here in the first period with 2:50 left. They have looked like the better team in the first 20, you gotta say. And they get rewarded there with the first goal of the game. Finally beating Computaro on the 11th shot. Didn't have much to say about that one. He was worried about the shot right in front of him, and then left all alone on that far side was Havers. So that's going to be Havers' 12th goal of the season. He threw a monkey off his back, so he must have had a bit of a drought going on. His 21st point in his 21st game. So on the far side, picked up by the Panthers. Luke Hill, stretch pass up the middle. That's deflected, and now picked up by the St. Thomas Stars. Savage takes a little loop around the zone net. Now he'll head up the center of the ice, going all the way to the blue line, into the offset too. And now Workalaz in front, gets a big hit thrown at him by Monick. That'll loosen up the puck, and the St. Thomas Stars pick it up. Outlet pass to Jackson up the near side, doesn't work. Pelham defense sends it back ahead. Alford in the zone as St. Thomas Wyatt Cameron throws a hit that'll loosen up the puck, and now they come the other way. Shot in front by Edmondson. Rebound was loose, but they couldn't get it towards the goal, and now delayed penalty coming for the Pelham Panthers on that play. On the far side, Owen Gray finds a man all alone in front, and a shot saved by Snyder. Rebound goes to the far corner, and the Panthers will touch it up as they will be heading to the penalty box. See who got it. Didn't quite catch what happened in the near corner, but it looks like Jacob is going to be heading into the penalty box. So that'll send the St. Thomas Stars onto their power play, the third power play in the league, 21.6% success rate. However, they go up against the second place penalty killing team in the league. The Panthers sitting at 90% on the PK, so they've been real good at defending these man advantage chances. See what happens here, though. One of the top power plays against one of the top penalty kills. Miles Dunn with it on the near side. He'll get it in deep for Savage. Gets it back for Dunn at the blue line. Now for Owen Gray at the center of the blue line. Finds Legalic on the far side. Shot gets deflected and just misses on the far corner. And the rebound found by the Panthers, who get the clear down the ice. In behind the net. stopped up by Computaro. And the Stars turn it over in the neutral zone. As Computaro didn't know where it was. Nice forecheck here by the Panthers as they've got it in the offensive zone. Now they'll eventually turn it over, but a nice penalty killing shift will shave off a good amount of time. Just 30 seconds left in this first period. St. Thomas tries an entry up the right side. Ends up going behind the goal line. Flipped up and out, but that's going to hit the rafters. Looks like a puck is going to spend probably the rest of its days up there as it didn't come back down. The refs will have to get a new puck, and they are ready to go. On the near side, Wyatt Cameron couldn't win that draw. Watt from the near corner brings it around to the far side. Teammate will grab it and sling it down the ice. Owen Hunks will be the one to do so. On the near side, picked up by Wyatt Cameron. Time ticking down, just 5 seconds left as Cameron enters up the near side. Crossman with it, backhand pass to the front, and they couldn't get a shot off. That's maybe one too many passes with the time running out. So that will be the end of the first period. And the Pelham Panthers the first to strike as they hold the 1-0 lead after the first 20 minutes. Successful start for the Panthers here at home. St. Thomas down by 1. They'll have to regroup in the locker room. Jason Williams and Darren Williams and Joe Doyle with some work to do as they adjust and try and get back in this game down by 1 and beat Logan Snyder. So live from Pelham, Ontario at the Meridian Community Center. We'll take a short break for intermission as the score after 1, Pelham 1, St. Thomas nothing. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube live stream as we hope you subscribe and join us for future away games, I should say. Try and make this work at the away arenas. Hopefully most of them work, dependent on the Wi-Fi, but all right, so we'll take a quick break and be back in just a few. Welcome back live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube page. We are live from Pelham, Ontario at the Meridian Community Center. The St. Thomas Stars taking on the Pelham Panthers on this afternoon matinee game. After one period, the Panthers have gotten the better of the Stars in the first frame as they lead 1-0 after 20 minutes. As the St. Thomas Stars also getting outshot 11-7, I should say. I wanted to say 7-11, but 11-7 in favor of the Panthers on the shot clock. As the second period just about ready to go. St. Thomas now guarding the right net, attacking the left. And Pelham will be guarding the left, attacking the right. As the lone goal scorer so far for the game, Jack Havers, got his 12th goal of the season in that first period. New goaltender for the Stars, Computaro, didn't have much to say about it. It was a nice pass to find Havers on the far side, alone beside the net. That goal coming at 17-10, assisted by Gaudry and Norris. It's Jack Havers, the leading scorer for the Panthers this season. Tacks another one on, keeps himself at a point per game. As the puck is dropped and we are ready for the second period. Miles Dunn gets us going up the right side as he enters the offensive zone in the corner. Dunn drops it back, and now a drop pass for Owen Gray at the line. Sends it back to the near side. Legalic a shot, deflected wide. Short power play to start this period. As there was a few seconds left, now it's over as comes out of the box. Miles Dunn, pass to the far side. Finds Cole Edmondson. Edmondson turned up against the wall. He walks away with it. Pass in front, and a nice backhand saucer pass to Dunn, but he can't hit the target on the wind-up shot. Owen Gray with it in his own zone. He'll flip it off the glass. Finds Sanita in the neutral zone, who gets it back to Workalaz, and his shot over the net. Up the far boards, the rebound goes. Pelham keeps it in the offensive zone. Keeps on attacking. Pass to the near side. Santos Stefano, wraparound pass in front. That's sent away by Wyatt Cameron. Up the near boards, it's kept in by Norris. Pelham, a long attacking shift here as they keep it in the zone. Up the far side, it's Evan Gaudry behind the net. Pass sent out front, but blocked on the way. Right beside the net by a skate. Pelham keeps it going. Owen Gray blocks a centering pass attempt. To the far boards it goes. And that centering pass from the corner will end up exiting the zone. And going all the way into the Pelham end. At the far boards, the Panthers trying to get it up ice. On the near side, they'll turn back. Lee in his own zone. Being watched by Pettipies. Lee gets forced into a bad pass up the far side. Now Vahoviak sends it in the zone. Tipped on the way by Lawson to get it in deep. Panthers collect. Max Monick creating a forecheck. Winning the puck back for Cameron. Cameron tried to curl it around on that far side right beside the net. But it's poked away from him by the Pelham defense. Vahoviak coming from center ice. Takes a hit on his entry, but gets it off to Wyatt Cameron along the near wall. Cameron tried to pass along the blue line. That's picked off by Lee. Lee makes a move in the neutral zone to get to the near boards and dump it in. Campitaro sends it around the perimeter. It's deflected on the way. And the Panthers keep the forecheck going once more. Up the near side. They get it past Jackson back to the blue line. Far side pass and a shot from distance. Tipped on the way. Campitaro got that in the chest. And they'll hang on for another whistle. So we'll have a face-off on the far face-off dot. As the Panthers just snapped a 3-game skid that they were on. As they picked up a victory in Sarnia in their last game, winning 4-0. Snyder made 20 out of 20 saves on that night for the shutout. Pass around to the near side. Slat pressed up against the wall in his own zone. He's got 2 Panthers on him. He's trying to work that puck loose to a couple Stars waiting on the outside to spot that loose puck. They will flip it into the neutral zone. Passing play along the near boards. Finds Lawson at center. Lawson gets tripped on the entry. Delayed penalty coming. As Slat chases it into the corner, the Panthers will touch the puck. And a penalty coming their way as the Stars will be back on the power play. Good opportunity to try and tie this thing up for the St. Thomas Stars. As they will have the 2 minutes. Penalty goes to Luke Hill as he enters the box. St. Thomas will get a face-off on the far side in the Pelham zone. Around the boards, Wyatt Cameron makes a move to lose his man, and a penalty is going to be called along the boards. Looks like it's going to be against Wyatt Cameron, who is a little confused by the call, but looks like it's going to be made. And now St. Thomas will undo their power play with Wyatt Cameron heading into the penalty box. So we'll be back to 4-on-4. Even strength. And the face-off is going to be in the St. Thomas zone to our right. On the far dot, it's Lee up against Miles Dunn in for the draw. Dunn wins that time. In the far corner, it's pressed up against the boards. And behind the net, Marconi trying to work it free. Does get it to a teammate, Workalaz. Up the far side, Lee turns back. He'll skate along the blue line. Lee skates all the way to the near side. Pass out center now. Finds Marconi. He'll skate now to the near boards along the blue line. Pass in deep now behind the net. As the Panthers trying to work it around the zone. Inside, Workalaz. Along the corner, he's getting pressed up against the boards by Miles Dunn. Puck stuck in his skates as he gets the pass back to Marconi. Along the blue line. Pass in front, stripped by Miles Dunn. Gets a stretch pass out to Owen Gray, who's ahead. The captain with a shot missing on the club's side. Going top corner. Now a pass the other way. Workalaz gets tied up in his own skates and takes a bit of a spill. Can't control the puck. Now on the near side, Miles Dunn with it. Along the boards, he'll flip it in as the Stars go for a line change. Puck is deep in the Pelham zone for them to collect. Panthers come up the center ice. They'll skate their way across the blue line. Intercepted by Joey Bezzetta on the entry attempt. He'll get a nice flip pass for Cooper Ilchishin up the left side. Ilchishin drives towards the net. Puck stops up in the pads as Ilchishin takes a collision right in the blue paint. Sanita comes away with it for the Panthers. Comes up the right side. On the entry, he'll stop up along the near boards. Now skates his way to center. Bohoviak looks like he'll take a penalty as he got his stick tied up in the skates of Sanita. And now the Stars deflect it. Haven't been stopped for the penalty now as Edmondson gets into an infraction on the near side. Pass in front, and the net was off as the shot from the far dot was stopped by Campiataro. But as he came across and connected skate with the post, net pops off, forcing the stoppage in play. It does look like these nets come off fairly easily at the Meridian Community Center. Doesn't look like they use the big pegs, which, as I've stated in the past, I feel like should be mandated in this league. These are big physical goaltenders. And now Cole Edmondson has entered the box. So it looks like he took a penalty on the near side. Still 2 seconds left on the penalty to Wyatt Cameron. So a very short 5-on-3 here for Pelham. They'll have 2 seconds to work with. And then Cameron's going to be coming out of the box. They do win the faceoff. Pass to the near side to Lee. Now Cameron's back in the play. Pass to the blue line. Havers to the far side. Neutralized, back for Havers. On the near side, Lee. Back for Havers at the blue line. Shot through traffic, and a floater will hit the leg of one of the Panthers in front of the goal. Stopped up. Back out on the outside. Lee with it. Lee getting muscled by Savage. Manages to hand it off, and now the Stars will force a bad pass behind the net and get the clear. Clear up the far boards by Victor Moody. Logan Snyder back in to stop it from his own goal. Now the Panthers come up the near side. Havers already has a goal today, the home goal of this game. 1-0 lead for the Panthers. Just about 14 minutes left in this second period. Back for Havers. Now back to the far side. Poked away from Crosswell. He recovers, gets it back for Havers. Now Sanita with a shot saved by William Campiataro. Catches that one in the chest as well. Hug on tightly. Pelham can't seem to pick the corners on a lot of these shots. As Campiataro is cutting off the angles. So we had a lot of those chest saves tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. So face-off on the near dot. Sanita up against Ilchishin. Sanita is going to get waved out of the face-off circle. Now from the point comes Hunks. Pelham with about 55 seconds on a power play here. Stars are going to win the draw and manage to clear it down the ice. Slowly makes its way all the way to the end of the Panthers zone. And they'll chase it down. St. Thomas sets up their penalty-killing formation in the neutral zone. As now Pelham comes up the far side. Crosswell turns back in the far corner, quickly found by Rowan Reed, who gets a clear up the far wall all the way down. Logan Snyder comes out to play it. Finds Dragusika. Now for Sanita in front, driving up the near side. Pass in front and a hard one. Get deflected up in the air and passed out the blue line. The Panthers do get it in the neutral zone here. Hunks makes his way up the middle into the offensive zone. Now he'll take a lap to the right, and centering pass was looking for Sarabendo in front of the goal. Couldn't connect on that. They'll have to regroup from the neutral zone. Draguska back on the near side. Near corner shot off the post on the near side. And Campiataro gave the post a little rub after that. It was a sharp angle though, so not much in it. As the Stars will dump it in. Chase it behind the net. Hill finds it for the Panthers. Gets it up the far side. Panthers, a bit of a rush here. A 2-on-2 as they'll send it behind the goal. It's now picked up by Alford. Alford flips it back in behind the goal line. Panthers still looking for it. Takes a spill after Bohoviak took a hit and went on the ice. Caught a piece of him with a skate and went down. That'll come all the way down to the Pelham zone after the clear. The penalty's done now. 12 minutes left in this second period. Pelham still with that 1-0 lead. The Panthers are out shooting the Stars 16-9, as well as a stretch pass from the Stars finds Lawson in the zone. He's waiting for some help as he skates into the corner. Muscles off 2 Panthers checks. Still with it, Ty Lawson. As he tries to turn back on the near dot, he'll give it away. On the near side, Pelham can't get it in deep to the Stars zone. Vahoviak grabs it, flips down the ice to Legalic. A 2-on-1 chance here. Legalic, pass in front, shot, saved by Snyder. Oh, Miles Dunn went to the backhand on the near side, but a nice pad save by the Pelham goaltender. On the near side, Legalic trying to enter again. He'll flip it in for Miles Dunn to chase in the far corner. Pass around to the far boards by Pelham as they get it out of their zone. Up the near boards, Watt will dump it in hard. Rebound off the corner, hits the back of the net and stops up. On the near boards, the Stars will flip it out to center ice, but they'll give it away in the process. As up the near side, now Pelham flips it back into the Stars zone. Wirchelaz chasing it down, manages to get the puck loose, but the Stars defenders will recover for their teammate. Now come the other way. Legalic was delayed offside, couldn't touch the puck on the entry on the near boards, and eventually does, which will force the offside call. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone just outside. It's like the Stars end, as they'll rule that. Actually, no, it'll be inside the Stars zone. A little confused by that one, but we'll have a face-off inside the Stars zone on the near dot. And Wyatt Cameron's going to win the draw in his own zone. Back into the corner, up against the wall. 2 Panthers are hunting for that puck. Shot in front. Crosswell's denied by Camputaro. Rebound was loose, but picked up by the Panthers. Shot from the blue line, deflected. Crosswell finds it in the near side. He's being pressed up against the board by Rowan Reed. Now the Stars will pick it up. Wyatt Cameron can't receive a pass right on that Stars center ice logo. They'll give it away, and now the Pelham Panthers enter the zone. Loose puck beside the net, and a huge hit thrown by Chase Pettipiece right beside the goal on the far side. Exploded into the Panthers forward. Now a chance the other way. A flip pass in front was deflected and into the path of Snyder. And now we've got a man down in the corner. Looks like Chase Pettipiece, after throwing that big hit on the other end, takes an awkward spill into the corner. He's favoring his shoulder a little bit. Looks like he's going to try and shake it off as he heads to the bench. Might have a quick chat with the trainers. Looks like he's up on his own feet. He's just going to explain to the trainer. Probably show him a little welt, as the Panthers manage to clear it off the face-off. They'll get it in the offensive zone, get it back, and a backhand chance right in front of the goal by Havers goes over the net. Havers almost getting his second of the night on that chance. Or afternoon, I should say. Pass back to the blue line. Shot from it, and through traffic, it's stopped up in front. As Sarah Brand is going to get it into the corner. Havers back to the blue line. Across it to the near side to Hill, and a shot from distance. And a bit of a floater there again. There's been a few of those. That one was almost paused in the air. But it's caught by Camputaro, who will hang on for a whistle. So we'll have a face-off in the St. Thomas zone. Panthers holding on to that 1-0 lead built in the first period. Out shooting the Stars 16-10. As the face-off on our near dot will be taken by Gaudry up against George Matzos for the St. Thomas Stars. Gaudry wins that time. Hill dumps it in from the blue line and behind the net. Panthers get it back, centering pass in front. Nobody there. Right in front of the netminder to try and get it on goal. Sent out to the neutral zone. Panthers still with it. Send it back to the near side. Wirchelaz trying to settle down an airborne puck. Now recovering. Wirchelaz is going to come in on the right side into the attacking zone. Makes his way to the center. Pass to the near side and deflected up and out of play off the stick of Luke Vahoviak, the Niagara Ice Dogs draft pick. Has played a big, important role on that Stars defense so far this season. One of the assistant captain options. Not wearing the A tonight. As they cycle through that role. Can only have so many on a given night. So in the corner. Back behind the net. Another centering pass from behind the goal will end up in no result as nobody's there to bat it on net. And behind the net again, the Panthers. Another one, and that one's off a skate. The pass in front of the goal. Trying to whip it from the near boards on net was Norris. That misses well wide. Rebound collected by the Stars off the far boards. Legalic flips it in behind the goal line in the far corner. Reed Crossman couldn't win that board battle. And now the Panthers come up through the center ice zone. Making their way up the far boards. The shot from right along the Pelham bench is stopped up by goaltender Campanaro. He's made quite a few saves so far tonight in his first game for the St. Thomas Stars. I keep saying tonight. It's the afternoon. I can't tell what time it is inside. That's my excuse. So on the far side, face-off in the St. Thomas zone. Wyatt Cameron wins that draw against Havers. Stars can't get it out, though. They're stopped up along the far boards. Reed backhands it up the wall to Wyatt Cameron, a little bit ahead of him, though. I'll give the Panthers a chance to collect. Stretch pass through the middle. Picked up and a bit of a rush here for the Panthers. Stopped up and a drop pass. Nice recovery by the Stars. And now turned over again as Sanita passed to the far side. They recovered but couldn't pick up the puck. In behind the goal. Picked up by Marconi. Back to the blue line. Dragusica. Up the near boards. Skates past Edmondson. Inside and a shot from a tight angle on the near side. That's stopped by Computaro. Another shot attempt blocked. Now all alone in front. Big save by Computaro. There was a Panther all alone in front who was found. Shot on the far corner. And is stopped by the big pad. Now the Stars back the other way. Cole Edmondson in behind the goal. Tries a pass from behind it. Ends up getting to the blue line. Now rung around the boards, finding Owen Gray on the near side. He'll take a shot from distance. That's easily found by the glove of Logan Schneider on the far side. Makes the stop. Not sure that was headed on target, but he'll take no chances and stop that up. St. Thomas trying to get back in the winning column after dropping Friday night's game against Chatham. They lost it in the first two periods. They had a good third, but a 6-0 deficit was too much to come back from. Ended up losing 6-2. As they've got it in behind the goal line of the Pelham Panthers here. Centering pass attempt off a skate. Panthers defense will gather. Pass out of the zone by Hunks is stopped. They'll have to chase it back in their own near corner. Crosswell now tries up the far side. He'll cut and turn back up the middle. Now a stretch pass. Finds a teammate on the far boards at the blue line. They'll enter the zone. Pass in front. Shot from the far face-off dot. He's going to miss the target. Nets off again on a collision in front of the goal. So another instance where the net goes off. I think Computaro took a little bit of a bump there as he's got his helmet off. He's going to check his nose for some color. Now he's got the helmet back on. Looks like he's good to go. So faceoff's going to come outside of the St. Thomas zone, as it was the Panthers who knocked the net off, crashing into the goaltender. Faceoff's going to be Gaudry against Matsos. Just outside the St. Thomas blue line, the Pelham Panthers win it. Dumping in on the far side. Joey Bezzetta brings it hard around the boards. Vahoviak returns it back for Bezzetta on the near side. Now they'll get it up the wall to Slat, who finds Matsos in front. Matsos, a 2-on-1 here. Shot pad, save by Snyder. I think Matsos was looking for that pass off the pad as he had a man on the far side coming in. Now flipped out of the zone by the Stars. So the Pelham Panthers defense has it. They'll send it the other way. Tipped in on the dump by Werchelaz, and now the Stars defense picks it up. Luke Vahoviak getting dragged down from behind in front of his own goal. That's going to be a penalty as the Panthers touch it up. Werchelaz palm skyward, but that was a blatant hold. Dragged down Luke Wahoviak. So St. Thomas back on the man advantage as they try and tie this thing up here in Pelham. Pantherville. That's what I was going to say, right? Face off on the near side in the Pelham zone. Legalic is going to step in to take the draw on the power play here. Great chance. But again, this Pelham penalty kill is one of the best in the league. Sitting in second place in the league coming into this game. Owen Gray stops it at the blue line, keeps it in just barely. Now he scrambles and he'll give it away at the blue line. Sanita, 2-on-1 shorthanded chance here. Pass across. Nice block in front by Miles Dunn, who got back to help out. Now a 3-on-2 the other way as Savage with it. He'll drop it back for Owen Gray at the blue line. Pass to the far side. Dunn, a shot tipped towards the net off the skate of a Panther, but saved easily by Logan Snyder, who closed down the angle. Caught that one right in the chest. Also controlled the rebound. Fresh penalty killers sent out by the Panthers. St. Thomas keeps out the Miles Dunn, Legalic, Cole Edmondson on the far side. Owen Gray and Rory Savage. Number one power play. Far side off the backboards. Computaro's going to slow it up. Just about a minute 15 left on this power play for the Stars. Pass up the far side. Finds Rory Savage. And around the defense goes Miles Dunn behind the goal. Finds Edmondson. As the Stars trying to get some room here. Edmondson back to the blue line to Gray. Shot through traffic. Hits the backboard and bounces back out in front. Cole Edmondson caught it on his backhand. Couldn't fire it on goal. Miles Dunn back for Gray. Gray returns it for Miles Dunn on the far dot. Shot blocked in front by a Panther. Dunn scrambles to keep the rebound in. Legalic a pass through the front of the goal. Now another shot from the far boards. That's off a body and wide. As the Stars can't get through the numbers in front of the goal. Now picked up by Owen Gray. Stretch pass attempt picked off by Hill at his own blue line. Shorthanded chance again here for the Panthers. Backhand attempt on the far corner by Hunks. As he tried a little fancy goal there. Just couldn't lift it up off the back of his blade. Ended up going by the side of the net. Power play just about done here. 10 seconds left on it for St. Thomas. Up the far side, Reed Crossman is going to carry it in. Wyatt Cameron near side. Chase Pettipice wound up and just didn't connect with the blade there as that didn't go towards the goal. He's going to check that blade. Just missing on the slap shot on the near face-off dot. So no capitalization there on the power play for the Stars. As we're back to 5-on-5. Face-off on the near face-off dot. Pelham still with the 1-0 lead here at home. Visiting St. Thomas Stars. Yet to beat Logan Snyder. They'll keep it in the zone. Wahoviak shoots it in from the blue line. There's a bit of a lob as the goaltender catches that. They'll try again on the face-off. Round two here on the near circle. Panthers out shooting the Stars 20-14 now. St. Thomas needs to muster up some more offense and make that goaltender work. Up the far boards. Joey Bezzetta trying to forecheck. Panthers scramble it out. They've got a rush here, a 2-on-1 with some numbers coming back. Pass through the zone. Couldn't receive it on the near side as it was behind the secondary Panther coming in. It was Wirchalaz. He's coming up the left side now. He'll dump it in behind the net. Picked up by Bezzetta. Around the near boards, Lawson receives it. Lawson out in front. Wyatt Cameron gets taken down in the near corner. As the Stars scrambling forward, it's tied up in Cameron's legs as he's down on the ice. Panthers managed to get it up the boards now. It's getting carried out by Lee through the neutral zone. He'll dump it in. And behind the net, goaltender comes out to stop it. He'll ring it hard around the near boards again to get it away from danger, as they had a couple Panthers coming in on him. Lawson can't win that board battle. It gets sent back into the St. Thomas zone. Now Wachowiak's going to try and get it out. He does, up the right side to Monick. Max Monick chips it around the defender and chases it into the far corner. Run around behind the goal line to the near side. Panthers pick it up. Outlet pass stopped up at their own blue line and given away. Now St. Thomas chases it back in their own zone off a deflection. Behind the net, Victor Moody receives it on the near side now. Moody will dump it in behind the goal to the far corner. Rebound found by the Panthers, but stolen in front, and a sharp angle shot is saved as another chance from the blue line. Nothing doing there as Moody hit the pad. Goaltender didn't have much trouble with that. Flipped high and down the ice. St. Thomas picks it up in their own zone. They'll try up the near side again. Now Cooper Ilchishin. Backhand pass. Far boards and a shot. Rebounds loose as Logan Jackson couldn't get that towards goal. Tried a shot from behind the goal line to bank it in off the goaltender, but it hits the side of the net. Reed Crossman up the far side. Ilchishin shot towards goal is saved as he tried a shot along the boards. Now Ilchishin with it again. Tried to wind up and fire that, but that hops off his stick. He's going to throw the stick away. It might have broken on him. Another pass out in front. Miles Dunn with it now along the goal line. Centering pass off a skate of a Panther defender, and up and down a play it'll go as they flip it down the ice, but a little too high. It'll hit the rafters here at the Meridian Community Center, forcing a stoppage in play. Both teams go for a full line change. St. Thomas sending out the Legalic, Dunn, and Crossman line. Owen Gray and Savage on the back end. Just 43 seconds left in this second period. Stars still down by 1-0. They've pulled a little closer on the shot clock. Now just down by 3. As they've gotten a few more chances here. Not any great quality ones, though. As a shot from the blue line by Owen Gray to get it in deep behind the line is picked up by Miles Dunn. Miles Dunn back for Savage. Far side, Owen Gray. Shot pass in front. Legalic was in a collision, couldn't receive that. Miles Dunn along the boards, pass out to Crossman, and a bouncing puck couldn't be settled down by him either. On the near side, the Panthers make their way in. Norris with a shot right into the chest again of Compietaro. Also took a bit of a whack, looking for a loose puck. Compietaro gave him a look on the blow-by. But he'll stop up for another whistle with 14.2 seconds left now. Face-off's going to be in the St. Thomas zone. Lee in to take the draw up against Miles Dunn. Won by the Panthers, who get a quick shot off the draw. Stays along the ice. Pad saved by Compietaro. They still have the puck in the zone. Another shot attempt is going to be blocked in front. And now the time winding down as the puck goes into the far corner. The buzzer will sound. And St. Thomas is going to head into the third period down by 1-0. As the offense has been hard to come by here in Pelham. So the lone goal scorer of the game still Jack Havers, who got that goal back in the first period. And the Pelham Panthers have been holding on to it ever since. We'll see what the Stars can muster up here in the final 20. As we'll take a quick break for intermission here from Pelham, Ontario, live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube page. I'm Phil Pimentel. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back live on the St. Thomas Stars YouTube channel. We are on a live audio broadcast in Pelham, Ontario, where the St. Thomas Stars are taking on the Pelham Panthers for the first and only time this season, a cross-conference matchup. After 2 periods of play, the Panthers hold on to a 1-0 lead with the lone goal scored by Jack Havers in the first period. I seem to have lost my scoring summary, so I can tell you who got the assists. It was Evan Gaudry and Evan Norris. A couple of Evans getting assists, both of their 5th assists of the season on Jack Havers' 12th goal on the season. Time of the goal was 17:10 of that first period. No scoring in the second period. So that is where we stand, entering the third 1-0 for Pelham. Pelham sitting 4th in the East coming into this game. with 22 points, 11-9 record on the season. St. Thomas 6th in the West after dropping the game to Chatham on Friday, sitting at 25 points, 11-6-0-1. If you look at the league standings, though, St. Thomas is actually ahead of Pelham, sitting in 8th, and Pelham is 11th in the league standings. So St. Thomas does have the better record overall, but right now the Pelham Panthers are in the lead. St. Thomas chasing uphill entering this final frame of regulation. They've got to get some offense going. They've been outshot 21-7. Quality chances on goaltender Logan Snyder, who's stopped everything he's faced so far. Snyder is coming off of a 20-save shutout against the Sarnia Legionnaires, who have had a tough season over in Sarnia. Certainly one to forget in the future. And hopefully a good learning experience for the players that are playing there, a young team. However, right now, third period for St. Thomas against Pelham. And the puck is dropped. Pelham defending the right net now for the third. St. Thomas defending the left, as Havers is going to get it into the St. Post. The whistle blown. Now we've got some scrums. Referee just keeps on blowing his whistle till it stops. And stop it does. As well, the face-off in the St. Thomas zone. On the near side. Nope, referee's going to set up on the far side. Thought the puck was blown dead on the near side, but nonetheless, far side face-off. And it's going to be Sanita up against Ilchishin. Sanita wins that to the right wing up against the wall. Ilchishin trying to flip it off the glass and out. It's stopped up by one of the bodies in front. And now a shot from a sharp angle along the far side is stopped by Camputaro. Sent back out to the blue line. Kept in briefly as now Ilchishin will come the other way for the Stars. And across the offensive blue line to Jackson on the far boards. He'll get stripped of the puck. Havers now on the near side. Up the wall, he'll cut to the middle. Havers, backhand pass to Sanita on the far side. He'll turn back, pass to the blue line. Marconi towards goal, shot just wide. Rebound off the backboards is fired wide on the near side. Up the boards, Cooper Ilchishin will carry it up the wall closest to us. And that the Panthers will take it back in their own zone. They'll try up the near wall. They find Havers. They'll get the puck in the offensive zone. Drop pass in front. Cameron trying to stick lift. Pad saved by Camputaro on the far side as the Panthers somehow managed to get that towards goal from the near face-off dot. Rebound collected by the Stars. A long flip pass intended for Edmondson does not work. It's stopped up by Marconi at his own blue line. Now into the St. Thomas zone. Victor Moody. Back pass for Bezzetta. He'll flip it high into the neutral zone. Zimmerman grabs it for Pelham. Up the near wall, Wyatt Cameron intercepts in the neutral zone. He'll walk in, pass across the front of the goal. Pettipiece wasn't quite there yet. It's in behind the net now. Wyatt Cameron stops up behind or beside the net. Got a couple Panthers on him. Gets it off to Edmondson. In front, Pettipiece shot over the net and off the glass behind the goaltender and up and out of play. Off a bounce off the stanchion. That one deflects out up into the netting above the glass. So 2 minutes gone by in this third period. Panthers still clinging on to that 1-0 lead. As they'll take a defensive zone draw on the near side. Cooper Ilchishin steps up to take it. Back pass is sent back forward. Reed Crossman trying to chase it into the corner. Pelham grabs the loose puck off the body check. And now they'll come up the far side. Stopped up by Hunks at the far dot. Get it along the wall to Lee. Receives a pass back, but a bouncing puck can't be settled down by Hunks. Stars trying to get forward. Big hit thrown at center ice, taken down Reed Crossman. And that was Luke Hill who threw that, I believe. Crossman tasted the ice a little bit there, but he bounces right back up. Joins back in the play as the Pelham Panthers come up the right side now out of their own zone. They'll ring it in on net. Stopped up by the goaltender, Campanaro. He'll drop it behind the goal. Set up his defense to head forward. Rowan Reed Sends it up the near boards. Crossman tried to tip that in, but it's stopped up by a couple Panthers who were watching him tightly. Now the Pelham boys will grab it from their own zone. Pass up the far side. Slow stretch pass ends up in the St. Thomas zone. Rowan Reed rings it hard around the boards looking for his partner on the near side, but it's picked up by Pelham. As Havers gets sent back into the neutral zone, the Panthers will retain possession. Pass to the near side, Marconi up the wall. Havers tips it in to the offensive zone. Owen Gray will grab it for the Stars and try and look up the left side for Slatt. Slatt took a hit by the benches. The door was a little bit open. A shot in front now after a pass by Matsos, but Edmondson couldn't get that towards goal. Pardon me, that was Ty Lawson getting the chance in front, but he had a body right in front of him. Dumped in by the Stars as they'll go for a line change. Puck around the near boards, found by Slatt. Tries to turn and fire it deep. Sent back the other way. Now Lawson tried to carry it in. Poke checked off his stick. A bit of a back and forth just inside the Pelham blue line, and now it ends up in the neutral zone. We'll get a stoppage in play here as Zimmerman and Nathan Slatt are getting into it. Right by the Pelham bench. Slatt just trying to skate away, but Zimmerman is getting in his face. And now it looks like we're going to get offsetting minors as both of them will take a trip to the penalty boxes. So we'll have a 4-on-4 shift here with a face-off in the neutral zone. So Slatt, 2 minutes on the board. And now Zimmerman. There it is. 2 minutes on the board. Face-off just outside the Pelham zone to our right. Wyatt Cameron can't win that draw as it's one back to the Pelham defense. Sent up to Lee on the near side. Lee tries to stick handle past Cameron, who strips him cleanly. He's looking for help, doesn't have any as they try to get it towards the middle. Ricochet off to Bezzetta at the blue line. Now Vahoviak from the far side, shot in front, gathered by Dunn. Pass to the near side, Joey Bezzetta. Centering pass, looking for Vahoviak. Got it on his backhand, has to loop back, and a shot towards goal is saved. As Snyder catches that one above his head. Stop up for a whistle. My apologies, I just realized I have not updated the little visual to say third period. I completely forgot about that. Let's just change that now. Third. At least I don't have to change the score. Hard to multitask that. With the puck in his own zone. Along the near side, up the wall. Sanita pinching his man up against the boards. It's Crossman. Puck pokes free to the Pelham defense. Pass to the far side. Hunks in across the line, gets turned back. Hunks in across the neutral zone now to the far side. As he drives around the net. Puck on his stick, looking towards the middle. Pass to Marconi. He'll have to settle it down as it's off his skate. Return back to Hunks, who steps in on the near side, centers himself, and a shot towards goal is stopped by a skate. Now Vahoviak has Crossman with him, a 2-on-2 chance here as they enter the zone. Crossman back for Vahoviak. Centering pass now to the far side. Shot saved. Legalic getting denied by the blocker of Logan Schneider. Nice play by Vahoviak. And Crossman on the entry to find the trailer. Eloan Legalic. This gets denied by a nice save from the Pelham goaltender. Still 4-on-4 for 42 seconds here. On the far side, it's sent up the wall. Moody keeps it in at the blue line. Centering himself, and a shot saved by the Pelham goaltender. Long stretch pass. Wirchelaz all alone in front. Wirchelaz saved by Camputaro. Makes a nice glove save and hangs on. He thought about keeping the play going, but he catches that one in the mitt. Halts the Panthers in their tracks. Still 1-0 for Pelham over the St. Thomas Stars. 14-14 on the clock for the third period. 24 seconds of 4-on-4 as the puck is dropped on the far face-off dot inside the St. Thomas zone. Shot on goal is saved by Camputaro from the near side. And another shot from the same spot, missed that time by Santo Stefano. along the far boards. Lee will gather it in his own zone. As the Panthers work their way out, Wyatt Cameron creating some trouble with them in the far corner. Now they'll recover and try and make their way up the ice. Up the far side. Flipped in. Wyatt Cameron chases it down. Shot and a save by Snyder. Wyatt Cameron managed to get a shot off diving towards it along the ice. Caught all of it too, just off target. Actually, I believe Snyder might have caught a piece of that with the shoulder as it was sent to the far corner. Around the back of the Stars net, Owen Gray with it. Plays it off the far boards, kept in by the Panthers as they shoot it to the near side. Along the boards, it's Lee with it. He gets hounded by Ilchishin, who forces a turnover. Now poked out of the zone by Edmondson. Edmondson gets dragged down in the neutral zone. No penalty called as Marconi takes a sharp angle shot from the near dot. Up along the wall, Rowan Reed gets the puck poked off his stick and back in behind the goal line it goes. And now Reed will try again, starting from behind his own net. Computaro sticking his glove out to disturb the Panther who was coming in to chase him. Cole Edmondson on the near side. He'll stop up along the boards. Trying to get it around the back of the net, but Lee stops it up in the corner. Now they'll flip it down the ice and go for a line change as Rowan Reed picks it back up. From their own zone, Owen Gray now stops up behind his net. Back to 5-on-5. 12:20 left in the third period as a pass in the zone. George Matzo's shot towards goal misses just wide on the blocker's side on that far post. Now through the neutral zone, the Pelham Panthers get it in the offense zone. And here's Hunks with a shot from the near dot. Centering pass off the rebound is in the skates of the Stars defense. They'll get it up the ice. Up the far side, George Matzos. Shot blocked in front. Right in front of the goal by Stefano. Now fought for in the neutral zone, picked up by Ty Lawson. Lawson, pass up the near wall to Crossman. Reed Crossman, a shot towards goal, and another save that time by Snyder. That was a good look for Reed Crossman, but Snyder getting a piece of it with the blocker. Pass around the far boards. The giveaway in front of the goal, and a shot saved by Caputaro. The Panthers can't get the rebound on net. Now they'll try from the blue line. Hill missing just wide on the near side. Flipped into the neutral zone by Reed Crossman. Now picked up by the Panthers as they'll re-enter. Havers settles down a bouncing puck and gets past Gazetta in the process. As now on the far side. Pass out to Hill on the near dot, and a shot will miss the target. Cycled along the wall. Now sent around the perimeter to Zimmerman on the near side. Zimmerman. Shot towards goal through traffic off of one of the legs. Stopped up, and the Stars will flip it into the neutral zone. Miles Dunn trying to chase it down and beat Havers. But Havers manages to turn and fire it down to the Stars defense in their own zone. Picked up by Savage. Savage stretch pass to Miles Dunn. Miles Dunn can't hold on to that as he enters the zone on the near side. Now the Panthers come the other way. Gaudry drop pass for Norris. Back for Gaudry in front of the net. And that didn't connect with Urchilaz. Panthers still managed to keep the puck though. Another shot attempt, that time blocked by the Stars defense from the far face-off dot. Now the Stars come in the attacking zone. Rory Savage pushing ahead. Pass in front. Couldn't find Miles Dunn as Miles Dunn was being tangled up in front by Marconi. Now the Panthers back the other way. North and south game here going as they're right back and forth. That pass through the middle didn't work. They'll have to try again from the neutral zone. Now they'll come up the left side. Norris a shot from the top of the near circle. That's saved by Caputaro. Up the far side. Pass from Legalic is intercepted, and now Ilchishin looking for it. Takes a contact as he enters the zone, goes flying. No penalty on the play. Just a little bit of a bump that sent him flying, and now a shot from the far face-off dot, stopped by Caputaro with a glove. And he'll hang on for another whistle. Caputaro has faced 31 shots now, stopped 30 of them in his Stars debut. And Caputaro, again, formerly with the Sioux Greyhounds, 4th round draft pick. Last season played for the St. Michael's Buzzers in the OJHL. And he's looked great tonight in his first game in that Stars jersey. Misplay at the blue line of the Panthers by the Stars, and that'll be an offside. As Ilchishin tried to drag it back from behind him, he had a teammate over the line. So on the far side, face off in the neutral zone. Just outside the Panthers' blue line. Stars win the draw back to the defense. It's Rowan Reed. Backhand pass up for Owen Gray on the far side. Now we'll get it for Ilchishin. Pass to Monick in the zone, but poked off his stick. Panthers grab the puck. Pass through the neutral zone. Intercepted by Gray just inside his own blue line. Now Ilchishin tries to get in that Panthers end. Gets around one defender. Pass in front from Monick. Bouncing puck. His shot stopped by Snyder. As a hopping puck through the crease. Monick on his backhand connected with it, but right into the pads of Snyder, who stops it up. A couple Stars were hovering over Alfred's stick that was on the ice. They just poked at it a couple times. Did not elect to pick it up for the Pelham Panther. On the far dot, George Matzos up against Gaudry on the draw. Panthers win it, get it up the far side. Slat briefly intercepted it, but now taken back by the Panthers as they head up the ice. Up the left side, Wirchelaz passed through the front of the net, and the goaltender had to come out and grab that with the glove, as he'll stop it up and stop that puck from getting to the far side of the Panther that was lurking there. Still 1-0 for the Pelham Panthers at home against the St. Thomas Stars. 8:35 left on the third period clock. And the Panthers will win the draw. Along the blue line, Hill, a shot from distance blocked by traffic in front. Wahoviak battling for the puck in behind the goal line against Wirchelaz. Wahoviak gets it to the far side to Bezzetta, who will flip it high and down the ice. Panthers grab it in their own zone. Up the near side. Stretch pass for Wirchelaz does not end up on the other side. Now the Panthers get it back in the neutral zone. Santo Stefano is going to shoot it from distance. Blocker save by Computaro. Now up the near side. Santo Stefano from his own blue line. Stretch pass finds Lee. Lee into the zone. Looking for a pass in front. Finds Hunks. It's in his skates, and he can't get that on the blade of his stick. Now Wyatt Cameron the other way for the Stars. They need some offense here. Cameron, stretch pass to the far side. Legalic, tip pass in front. And Miles Dunn gets denied right in front by the Pelham goaltender. That was probably the best chance of the game for the St. Thomas Stars. Pass from the near side from Cameron up to Legalic on the far boards. Miles Dunn was driving the net. Redirects it on goal. And Logan Snyder, a big save. Keeping his team in front. Pass to the far side by the Panthers as they enter the zone. Turning back along the wall is Sarabendo, who's going to give it away. Ty Lawson now for the Stars, coming the other way. Trying to centering pass to Ilchishin, not deflected. Pettipies finds Lawson beside the net. Takes a shot. That's an easy pad save by Logan Snyder. Panthers get it out to the neutral zone. Now they have a 2-on-1 chance in front. Shot, and just by the near post. Looking for the redirect, but off target. As that looked like a great chance for the Panthers to get the 2-0 lead. Rebound off the backboards, ends up back out in front. Trying to scramble it away. Panthers find it. Another shot misses the target, and another one on the near side. Oh, a gaping open net for Sarabando. Couldn't hit it. Scramble play. Somehow stays out of the net for the Pelham Panthers. Puck glides into the St. Thomas zone and in the path of Computaro. Will cover it up, slow it down a little bit. As a hectic couple minutes there. Don't know how that stayed out, to be honest. There was a few wide open net chances there for the Panthers on either side. Just couldn't hit the twine. St. Thomas wins the defensive zone draw. They'll flip it into the neutral zone. Pelham sends it right back in, though, after grabbing that puck at center ice. Gaudry battling for it in behind the goal line. Stars defense will send it to the near wall. Marconi keeps it in on the clear attempt. Now he'll flip it back in behind the net. Owen Gray with it. The captain coming up the far side. Pass ahead to Edmondson. Now a drop pass for Owen Gray, who keeps going forward. Pass across the zone of the Panthers to the near side. Off the boards will find Monick. Now George Matsos with it. Can't get a shot off. Max Monick is going to bat it back in behind the goal line. And on the perimeter in the Pelham zone up the near side, the Panthers get it out. Wirtschelaz in front. 2-on-2 chance here. Wirtschelaz curls and shot over the net. Rebound off the backboard and a big save by Caputaro. Oh my! Caught across to that far side. Got a piece of that with a glove. Oh my goodness. Robbery by Caputaro. Rebound off the backboards, but he recovers nicely. Zimmerman now backhands it up the near wall. Bohoviak chopping away at it, getting back to the neutral zone, but Pelham right back on the puck. Bohoviak trying to hound on that far wall again in his own zone. Pelham takes the puck back, and a quick shot from along the boards is stopped by the glove of Caputaro again. And he'll hang on. 38 shots now have faced Caputaro, and just the one by him. But he has had a heck of a debut here for St. Thomas, as he's been peppered quite a bit by these Panthers. Full shot clock reads 38-28 in favor of Pelham, who will hold on to a 1-0 lead. 4:41 left in this third period. Face-off on the far dot. Now dropped. St. Thomas will get it into the neutral zone. Nathan Slatt waiting for some assistance as he's surrounded by white jerseys. But the puck will glide into the path of Snyder. Covers it up on the entry by Ilchishin. On the near face-off dot, the face-off will be, and the Slatt, Ilchishin, and Crossman line is going to head off. Out comes Legalic, Cameron, and Miles Dunn, the heavy hitters on the offensive side. Set up for the draw with Moody and Savage on the back end. Puck scrambled for. Wyatt Cameron tried to take a quick shot off, but couldn't connect with the puck, as now the Panthers come the other way. Crosswell up the left side, backhands it on goal. A pad save by Caputaro. Rebound comes out in front. Pelham sends it back to the blue line. Shot attempt. Tipped wide. Into the far corner it goes. Moody pressed up against the boards. Double teamed by some Panthers. Hunks comes away with it. In the far corner. Still pressed up against the boards now as Hunks gets muscled up the wall. Now the Stars will grab that loose puck, flip it into the neutral zone. Marconi sends it right back into that St. Thomas end. Deep in the near corner. Wyatt Cameron will now try again. Hunks forces a turnover. Pass in front, and Gaudry misses the target. Gaudry all alone in front had a good look. Sends it over the net. In the far corner, Rory Savage. Stretch pass finds Legalic in the neutral zone. Rush here for the Stars. Wyatt Cameron up the right side. Curls, shot blocked in front. And rebound off the backboards. Ends up beside the goaltender, who slaps the mitt down and hangs on for a whistle. 3:25 left in this third period. The Stars need a goal. Down 1-0 here in Pelham, Ontario. Cross-conference game, but this would be a big 2 points if the Stars can manage to get back and get ahead. Even a big 1 point if they can manage to tie it before the end of regulation. In the near corner, battling forward is Ty Lawson. He's got Gaudry all over him. And they'll steer it into the far corner. Pelham trying to clear it up the wall. It's kept in, and a stoppage in play just by the bench. They're going to call a hand pass. Owen Gray does not like it. As he's trying to explain to the ref, he threw it down to himself, not a teammate. Really didn't like that call. But the faceoff will be outside the blue line as a result. Owen Gray made the catch inside the blue line, tried to keep the play going. That's why he was upset about it, because they were trying to buzz some offense. Puck cleared all the way down into the St. Thomas end as they come out. Ty Lawson up the near side. Cole Edmondson gets dragged down just outside of the Pelham blue line. That's going to be a penalty drawn by Edmondson. Looks like it's going to be called holding, as Pelham's going to be on the penalty kill here in the dying stretch of this game. 2:47 left on the clock. And 2 minutes or less is going to be a power play for the Stars. Great chance here to try and tie this thing up. Make Pelham pay. It looks like they're going to take a timeout to try and make the most of this. So Jason Williams going to grab the whiteboard and try and draw something up for the St. Thomas Stars here. And of course, Pelham going to try and deny them, the second place penalty killing team in this league. If anyone can kill it off, they can. But also, they are up against the St. Thomas Stars third place power play. See which one comes out on top on this occasion. So far, St. Thomas 0 for 6 tonight, or this afternoon. How many times have I done that? Somebody count, please. But 0 for 6 this afternoon. On Friday, they went 0 for 6 as well. So their hot power play has been cold lately. Or their number 3 power play has been cold lately. They also went 0 for 5 against London. So the Stars 0 for 17 in their last 3. But a big chance here against Pelham as the puck drops in the offensive zone. Pelham will scramble and win that defensive zone draw. Kept in by Miles Dunn, who sends it up the near boards. Now Pelham will get it out on the second attempt as they flip it off the glass. Net is also empty for the St. Thomas Stars. So they've got the 6 attackers out on the power play. 6 on 4 here. As Pelham disturbs the entry, they'll try and get it up the wall, stopped by Cole Edmondson. Pass back to the blue line, broken up from Legalic, and the Pelham Panthers get it down the ice. Rory Savage in a race here as Alford chasing him back, and a hit from behind as Savage gets crunched into the boards. That caught all numbers. Referee's arm is up as the Panthers trying to chase down that puck. Maybe not the idea he wanted, but Alford is going to head into the box as a result of that. So a huge chance now for the St. Thomas Stars. Still a minute 18 on that first penalty, and now another one added on. They're going to be 6 on 3 here with the net empty. Panthers have too many men on right now. They're going to have to take one off. And that they do. So 6 on 4 here. Huge chance at the end of this game for the St. Thomas Stars to try and tie it at 1 on the power play. Legalic over to Savage. Now on the near side, Owen Gray. Pitch and catch with Legalic. Legalic's pass back is interrupted by Gaudry. Sends it towards the goal. Gaudry scores! And puts a stamp on it. Most likely for the Pelham Panthers with an empty net goal. Stars will still be on the power play with a 2-man advantage. But Gaudry making what looked like a great chance undone as he finds the empty net, intercepts the pass to the blue line in his own zone. His shot coming from outside the blue line on the near wall, finding the back of the net, which was open without the goaltender on the ice. Cole Edmondson off the draw, heads into the far wall. Another shot towards the empty net from distance, and they score again. It's Gaudry again. His shot from his own blue line finds the back of the net, and surely that is going to do it. Down by 3 now, the Stars are, with 1:40 left. They do still have a 53-second 2-man advantage. Jason Williams and company are still going to have the empty net out there as Camputaro's on the bench. So 6 on 3. once more here. Pettipies heading out from his own zone. Minute 30 left in regulation. Stars down by 3. With a 6-on-3 on the ice as they have the empty net. Still not giving up hope. On the near side. Stripped off hunks by Matsos. Matsos to Ilchishin on the near boards. Gets it to Vahoviak. He'll turn and pass to the far side. Pettipies back for Vahoviak. Shot on net. Goes wide off a skate. Santos Stefano got his leg in the way of that. Vahoviak chasing back to his own blue line. Matsos finds Lawson. Lawson cutting in across the blue line, looking towards goal. He'll turn back along the far boards. Lawson back to the near side. Matsos drop pass for Vahoviak. Pass to the far side. Pettipies shot blocked in front and cleared all the way down the ice. The puck is rolling towards the empty net again, but the race is going to be won. And a diving attempt by Vahoviak's going to keep that puck from going in the empty net. Good play by Vahoviak to get back and keep that one out. As Francesco Sanita won the race to get to that loose puck gliding into the zone. Caught it behind the goal line, tried to tuck it back in towards the net, but Vahoviak, almost like a baseball player running at base, taking the slide, got in the way to keep it out. Now Caputaro's going to come back in the net. Only 32 seconds left on the one power play. The other power play's expired. Stars down by 3 after 2 empty net goals, which were scored shorthanded with just 3 players on the ice for Pelham. Both goals scored by Gaudry on the empty net. Gaudry wins the draw. St. Thomas coming out of their own zone. Just 30 seconds left in regulation here, and it looks like the Pelham Panthers are going to take this one here at home. And again, I forgot to update the score on the page as Wyatt Cameron takes a shot from the near face-off dot. That's saved by the goaltender. I need a second body here to do this score for me. So that will do it. In Pelham, Ontario, the Panthers hang on for most of the game with a 1-goal lead. And in the dying moments, they score 2 empty netters on a 3-on-6 penalty kill with an empty net. As they take this one at home, final score is going to be Pelham 3, St. Thomas 0 from Pelham, Ontario. So that's a 2-game skid now for St. Thomas after dropping the game on Friday to the Chatham Maroons. So we'll have to look to bounce back. They are going to be on the road again on Friday night, so no home game on Friday. They'll be taking on the Stratford Warriors in Stratford. Next home game will be against the Kamoka Kings on Sunday evening. It'll be a 7:30 puck drop at the Joe. So live from Pelham, Ontario, I'm Phil Pimentel. Thank you for joining us here today. My apologies for the screen delays, but final score, Pelham 3, St. Thomas 0. Have a great night.